what's up everybody? It's Stacy Storino. Welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for entrepreneurs who want their content marketing to convert content consumers into paying customers. If you're looking to build your coaching platform big, I'm going to share with you a shocking tip that's going to take something that probably gave you grief and show you how you can use it to propel your professional coaching brand-based career to glory instead. What is it? Well, hang tight. That's why I created this video about what I refer to as your professional coach brand secret ingredient. But wait, before we go any further, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get the help that entrepreneurs like you need to succeed with content marketing that drives traffic to your business so that you can do more business. I recently did a video entitled How to Build a Professional Coaching Platform, and in it I discussed some advice I'd give you to create a community that's so connected to both you as the coach, the business owner, and the brand leader, and to other community members to the point where you don't just have a thriving community and awesome conversion rates because of it, but if you follow that advice, you'll be minting zealous brand advocates that will go out and get even more community members and even future buyers for you too. So if you haven't watched that video yet, be sure to check it out. That said, let's get more into the subject of your professional coach brand secret ingredient. Now, as we get into this, let me warn you, haters gonna hate. Surprise! I'm taking the position that having some brand haters of your business, coaching-based or not really, actually helps you more than it hurts you. If you know how to parlay your haters' bad attitude into something good for not you so much, but for your community of ideal customers and overall coaching-based brand supporters too. Now, no matter how good you are, no matter how professional and polished you are as a professional coach, no matter who you are or what you help your ideal customer to overcome in their lives or improve in their lives, you're gonna have nut jobs giving you a hard time. It stinks, it's unfair, but life isn't fair. I have no idea what people use as a basis of comparison, okay? So yes, you have the right to react to a hater's displeasure when they're trolling you on a live stream or throwing down haterade in the comments section of your YouTube videos or social media posts, because look, you're a human being. You're entitled to your reaction and your feelings. And yes, you can process the fact that you've got a hater that you have to deal with, whether it's in real life or digitally. Is it a troll? Is it someone who's slow and they don't get how toxic they are? Or are they just a bully? Or do they disagree with you fiercely on something you said, and now they're just being stubborn about it? Is it a creepy person who's just being creepy? Well, you're missing the point. They're not your puzzle to solve. It's not you, it's them. Move on. But how to use this to your advantage, you ask? How does the existence of haters or non-brand supporters actually serve as your professional coach brand secret ingredient? Well, first, for you to best progress past the hater on an individual basis, for sure, where applicable in terms of online or via social media, you want to ban, block, bless, and release that troll or creep or just plain old hater. And on platforms such as YouTube, you can set up spam filters so that people can't type in keywords like hate speech, toxic threats, and or certain types of vulgarity, your choice, so that this way they can't poison the clean well water of an otherwise largely happy brand-based community. But that's not what I'm really talking about per se. I'm just giving you advice based upon all the students I've had come to me over the last 8 years' time who have had to deal with haters themselves as they began actively growing a brand. So here's specifically why having haters, or at least people who disagree with what your brand is all about, is actually important. It's because differences allow for distinction. See, in terms of branding per se, haters of your brand don't get you, your community of customers, clientele, brand supporters. They don't get what you're coaching brand-based platform or custom-tailored digital ecosystem stocked with content, both free and paid. Like, they don't get your digital branding experience, what it stands for, that sort of thing. They also might not get you specifically as a coach and or a brand leader. Sometimes it's personal, sometimes the clash honestly isn't, and sometimes it's a bit of both. And that's what we call business and life overall. It happens. Thick skin comes with the business. But it's important in a way that haters do happen, that you have detractors. And here's why. You know who your target audience or ideal customer is for your coaching platform, I hope. And it's not going to be everyone. It's as the old sales maxim says, when you try to sell to everyone, you end up selling to no one. But narrowing down your niche helps you in more ways than one today, especially when it comes to organic content marketing. Here's how. You gotta get more fine grained, not just in terms of your keywords, hashtags, and overall optimization, but in terms of the content you're creating itself, who it's for, and serving up what they're looking for in terms of an X factor that they can't get at all or much anyway anywhere else. So you've got to be custom crafted and distinctive. You've got to be different from the norm. Otherwise, you're the millionth coaching entrepreneur playing Tonita Robbins instead of Tony Robbins and thinking they can get away with it. No one needs that. No one needs Oprah Jr. either. You have to be different. You have to be polarizing, and you have to be you. Uniquely you with your delivery, your spin, or your take on things. But as a result, sometimes you're going to earn yourself, outside of the random perv or creep too, some pretty fierce detractors. They may not like someone who looks or sounds like you at all, or they might not like your take on a topic. If you are polarizing and take a stand, which you must, because if you're too safe, too vanilla, and too beige and commonplace about things, you're never going to stand out. But if you're polarizing, that's going to include your ideal customers if you do things right and exclude everyone else. So your detractors are going to let you know about their displeasure to you and everyone in your community who watches your content and comments on it. Why is this a good thing, you ask? As you may have heard, there's another old saying, the riches are in the niches. When your coaching brand has haters, detractors, or people who don't really get what you're all about, it's a signal that you've actually narrowed down your niche enough to get traction so that even in what people consider to be a largely supersaturated market, right? And when you do that, you really can niche down to blow up, as they say. You're not for everyone. You're only the right type of coach with the right type of custom crafted digital ecosystem stocked with the right type of content that's meant for people who are the right fit, that are looking for the specific type of content that you serve up the way you serve it up to. Folks fall into your digital ecosystem through your properly optimized and discoverable content, your social media marketing, your online content marketing, and then they show up in your live streams to watch your YouTube videos in order to get the exact brand experience you're serving up live and in person as much as they can. And then they increasingly become more of a brand supporter and more of a community member of yours. And that creates an us versus them mentality. Why? Because people can watch, using a previous example, videos or live streams or replays about general content that has to do with their intersecting interests that would connect people like them with the main pain point that they have with a business like yours. Well, they can consume more vanilla and safe content like that anywhere, but they want to feel like they're part of a community that gets them, that's run by a coach that gets them, themselves as unique individuals that, have more of a specific issue like theirs. And that takes an ideal customer to an actual loyal, if not diehard community member, if you will. They're all about you and how you do what you do the way you do it, and your unique focus on who you do it for. Because you're all about them, and that's everyone's favorite subject, isn't it? So now there's an us, and you're on their team and they're on yours. Whenever you have an us versus them thing going on, where some people love what you're doing while other people hate it, You as the coach and the brand leader on their side, the good people side, your community member side, and you're all about people like them, supporting your ideal customer who's agreeing with you as the polarizing brand leader with your X factor and polarizing approach to that intersecting interest of theirs, the solution for that main pain point of theirs. Like, that's how you can create a real clientele that's passionate and keeps growing and is willing to bring others to watch you too, and are willing to subscribe and follow you, and are willing to buy your coaching packages, your course offerings, your merchandise, and otherwise support your brand. They love coaches who are different, whose approaches and solutions have a different spin on it, whose community is collaborative and resonates with one another, and are happy to support the unique digital experience that they can't get anywhere else. So if some other people get mad about your content being different from what they were looking for or expecting, who cares? They're welcome to go somewhere else. But your true ideal customer base community, they'll be happy to send those haters packing if they're mean to you, whether it's during a live or in comments left on a video. They're not just defending you as they beat down the trolls. They're defending themselves too, in a way. Us versus them is powerful. And that's what turns haters into your professional coach brand's secret ingredient. That's why Haterade is actually delicious. Remember, knowing who your haters are is a great positioning tool for your coaching brand. In fact, you can rally your ideal customer or target audience around the digital experience that is your unique content all the better when you can use an us versus them mindset. And the them, that's the haters or the detractors, in connection with your brand. Definitely highlight the other elements of your coaching branding, your live streams, your videos, and your other forms of content marketing in such a way that it's actually clear that not everyone is your kind of customer or otherwise meant to be in your exclusive community of ideal customers with their particular intersecting interests. Don't sweep this fact under the rug. Own it. Celebrate your coaching brand, your polarizing and more specifically unique offerings. What makes it all different? The people who get that difference. And those who don't or won't get it. It's not a shame that the haters or non-believers don't get it, whatever it is. Why? You're not trying to sell to everyone in the first place. Again, as they say in sales, if you try to sell to everybody, you end up selling to nobody. You can't be everything to everyone anyway. So acknowledge who you can't or won't serve without being nasty about it, while simultaneously being celebratory of those who you do serve. Make it clear why the haters or detractors of your coaching brand don't matter, in a classy, tasteful way, of course. Your community of ideal customers is what's important, so they are where you otherwise should put your energy, not on the haters. Celebrate what makes your coaching brand experience and the community of ideal customers who are around your brand special. And do not feed the trolls when they complain or try to tear your brand down by shooting back answers at them. It's like feeding a fire fuel. It's only going to make that anger fire of theirs burn hotter. Ban, block, bless, and release, and move on. Then refocus your energy on the people you're supposed to serve via your professional coaching-based content, and those folks will love you all the more for it. They'll rally around you because you are either one of them or you're a loyal content creator on behalf of them and their intersecting interest, living to help them successfully resolve their main pain point. Build up enough KLT factor or know, like, and trust factor, like I teach you to do in other videos on my YouTube channel, and your community is going to love you and rally around you, your coaching brand's platform and its digital ecosystem and all the content that's stocked on it all day long. That's what gets you happy and loving community members who are loving your vibe, part of your tribe, and willing to go to war with those who would oppose your tribe. And that's what's also going to help to move those passionate brand supporters into buyers, and then zealous brand advocates who recruit even more community members and future buyers into your fiercely aligned and fiercely protective fold. Passion motivates. Beige is boring and bland. Let your coaching freak flag fly. Celebrate your X factor and know that while you're repelling some people, you're always compelling the right people to join your tribe every single day this way. In the meantime, if you want more help in terms of distinguishing yourself from the crowd and increasing your trustworthiness in the eyes of your niche, I actually have a freebie for you to pick up called 10 Reasons Why You're Viewed as a Fake Guru and How to Gain Credibility and Customers Instead. And you can pick it up at don'tbeafakeguru.com. The link for you to score that freebie guide is in the show notes or the description down below. There you have it. This is my answer when it comes to the subject of your professional coach brand's secret ingredient. Need more help? Be sure to check out these two awesome videos too, because they'll teach you great content marketing strategies that can also help to blow up your business. Enjoy.